They say you can't hide anything from your neighbours, especially when you've got something to hide. In Australia, we value our privacy, but we value mateship even more. I'm about to tell you how my wife's refusal to simply say "g'day" to the people next door ended our marriage. My name's Ben. A few years ago, I managed to get into the property market thanks to the bank of Mum and Dad. We bought this older unit in a decent suburb of Sydney, and I'd been grinding as a real estate agent to pay off the mortgage. Eventually, the mortgage was almost cleared, and my wife, Sophie, and I moved in. Now, being an REA, I'm a people person. I talk for a living. One day, we're in the lift, and this couple gets in. "G'day, how are you going?" I said, just being friendly. "Not bad, mate. You guys on level 4? They asked. Turns out they were Mike and Jen, our literal next-door neighbours. As soon as we stepped inside our unit, Sophie snapped, "Why are you talking to everyone? It's weird. People here keep to themselves." "They're our neighbours, Soph," I said. "It's good to be on their good side. If we want to have a loud barbie on the balcony, or if we need someone to check the mail while we're in Bali, they're the ones we ask." But Sophie was stubborn. She's got a bit of a temper, so I just dropped it. Looking back, if she'd just been a bit more Aussie and befriended them, I'd probably still be a clueless cuckold today. My job as a real estate agent means I'm out all day, open houses, auctions, meetings. Sophie had just quit her old job and was finding herself, so she was home 24/7. One day, I get home and my Nikes aren't by the door. "Why'd you put my sneakers in the cupboard, Soph?" I called out. "They're a trip hazard, Ben. Just put them away," she said, not looking up from her laptop. Then came the wet plate incident. I was having some cake for dessert. I grabbed a plate, one of my big, deep ones that Sophie never uses. It was soaking wet. Now, I'd washed my breakfast plate at 7 a.m. In the Sydney heat, that thing should be bone dry by 6 p.m. Someone had used it an hour ago. "Just eat your cake, Ben. I'm tired," she snapped when I asked. That Saturday, I saw Mike in the hallway. "Hey, Ben, I'm trying to put together some flat-pack shelves from Bunnings tomorrow. Reckon you could lend a hand for an hour?" "Too easy, mate. See you at 10, I replied. Sophie lost it. "Why are you helping them? Tell them you're busy. We don't owe them anything." She was acting like I was volunteering for a war, not a bit of DIY. Then I noticed the washing machine. She was washing the couch throw. We'd only put it on 4 days ago. "Why is that in the wash already?" I asked. Silence. Friday night, I finished an auction early and got home at 3 p.m. As soon as the lift doors opened on the 4th floor, the smell hit me. Stale cigarette smoke. In a strata-managed building, that's a huge no-no. You get fined for that. I walked in, and Sophie was standing there looking nervous. "You smell that smoke in the hall?" I asked. "No, I don't smell anything," she said. Sunday morning, I head over to Mike's place with my drill. We're putting the shelves together, having a laugh. Mike's a good bloke, educated, into politics, works in IT. As I was leaving, I said, "Hey Mike, just a heads up, someone's been smoking in the hallway. Maybe don't let your guests do it right by the doors, otherwise the strata committee will be breathing down your neck." Mike stopped. "Mate, I haven't touched a ciggy since uni. Neither has Jen." "Well, someone is. The hallway stinks every afternoon," I said. Mike looked at me, dead serious. "Listen, Ben, you're a top bloke. My wife, Jen, she's been wanting to tell you something, but she didn't want to cause a drama. We've only lived here a few months, you know." My heart sank. Jen's seen a guy coming into your unit almost every day after you leave for work. He hangs around for a couple of hours and leaves just before you get back. He smokes like a chimney while he's waiting for the lift. Jen actually asked your wife to tell her brother to stop smoking in the common area. Your wife told her to mind her own business. It all clicked. The hidden shoes, the wet plate, the couch cover. The guy wasn't her brother. She doesn't have a brother. I didn't scream. I didn't shout. I sent Sophie to the shops for milk, and while she was gone, I packed her bags and put them in the hallway. When she got back and saw her suitcases, she didn't even try the surprise act. She knew the neighbours had talked. She knew the silent wall she tried to build between us and them had crumbled. I guess I got lucky twice. First, by being a good mate to my neighbours, and second, because I bought that unit and paid off the mortgage before the wedding. Cheers to the bank of Mum and Dad, and cheers to nosy neighbours. So, where did it all end up? My marriage ended. But the real story isn't about the divorce. It's about the irony. I tried to be a good neighbor, thinking about future Barbies and collecting the mail. In the end, that neighborliness saved me from a life lived in the dark. We build fences, don't we? We value our privacy. But sometimes, the highest fences are the ones that trap us inside our own blind spots. I'm not saying you need to be best mates with everyone on your street or host a weekly sausage sizzle, but maybe just remember that life happens on the other side of your fence too. And the only thing more powerful than a neighbor's gossip is a neighbor's truth. If this story struck a chord with you, if it reminded you of something, tell me about it down in the comments. Have you ever had a moment where a simple "g'day" turned out to be more important than you thought? Had neighbors who became more than just the people next door? I'm genuinely curious. And if you want to hear more real stories like this, from this sunburnt country of ours, make sure you're subscribed. I'd love to have you back for the next one.